Okay, what's going on, Sunstar Squad? Doug here. We're going to go over some chains. We've had a lot of questions here recently this season. What chain is best for me and what I am doing? So, I guess let's go over it and send it out to the masses. As much as I love talking to each of you individually, it seems like this is a greater question than just ones and twos every once in a while. So we're going to go over some different chains here. I have the MXR2 right here, the EXR1 in link form so that I can explain the different seals and stuff without pulling apart a whole different chain. Same with the MXR2 chain. And then I have the seals from an XTG right here. We'll go over that. The biggest difference, in all honesty, is going to be the seal or lack thereof. Like our MXR2 doesn't come with a seal. It's a non-seal chain. It is definitely a favorite of our, not just our dirt bike moto guys, but also our ATV moto guys. We go through a lot of these every year, and it's because it's unsealed. You can see it's all floppy. You know, it's a strong chain. Right now we're sitting at 8,600 foot-pounds of tensile strength, and the weight is only 3.15 pounds per 100 links. So like you Yamaha guys, 3.15 pounds plus whatever 16 extra links weighs. It is a solid roller, and what you're looking at in here is, let me go over to this one, get it lined up. Okay. So your roller is going to be right in here, this little guy here. There is solid rollers and there's split rollers. The split rollers are what you'll see on a lot of cheap chains. What it is it's just a piece of metal kind of wrapped around and then pinched together over it. Solid roller, which is what we use, all the top manufacturers are going to use. It's just a solid piece that is actually put on when the chain is manufactured. So if we jump over to this one, it's kind of, they'll put the side plate on, the outer side plate, the inner side plate, the roller, inner side plate, outer side plate. So that's the kind of construction that you definitely want to get the most out of your chain. Let's be honest, chains are not cheap and they are a wearable item. So the goal of most major manufacturers are to make a very strong, long-lasting chain to try to help you guys out as much as possible. So what is the benefits of a non-sealed chain like this MXR2 in my hand right here? The major benefits are going to be because it does not have seals, which you can see right in here. There's not little rubber seals in between everything, in between these. It moves loose. It does make a little clickety clank sound when you're going back and forth. It's going to have a lot less friction. It's going to weigh a little bit less, and it's not going to be as wide. So some of the guys that are running a tight counter shaft to case kind of dimension, you're going to want to stick with these. Weight is also a huge thing. Like I was saying before, it does only weigh 3.15 with this new generation MXR2, and it's a lot less friction. I mean, you can see it's like a child's toy. Moving up a step, or laterally, I guess I would probably venture to say, is going to be the EXR1 chain. This is going to be a lightweight sealed chain. It is not going to be as strong as the other two that we're going to go over today, but it's still going to get the job done. So this is going to be 8,000 foot-pounds, which was equivalent to the old MXR1. It's going to have, if I can get them off, it is going to have seals. So I'll jump over into the zoomed in camera. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to kind of see this because they are quite small. It is going to have seals on it. Let me see if I can get something to do some pointies because I got fat little fingers. Okay. So I don't know if it's going to focus so that you guys can see this, but it does have kind of like a triple seal on it. So there'll be a seal on the outside, a lip on the inside, and then one in the middle. And what that middle is going to really do is just help keep everything from going inside to outside, outside to inside. It's going to help keep your lube in place, and it's going to help keep all the bad stuff out, sand, dirt, grime. Like I said, this is a sealed chain. It is very lightweight. It is only 8,000 foot-pounds of tensile strength on it, which doesn't seem like a lot. When we did design this chain, it was a lot. It helps if I put this on the correct way. See? Words out, you know, that's so what it's really designed for is like your motocross guy. It was equivalent to our MXR1 chain. Like I said before, the MXR2 had just came out. This was 0.02 pounds heavier per 100 link than our MXR1 chain. So a lot of guys that might have been looking for a sealed chain that was still lightweight and durable, this is your go-to. With the newest generation, we lost a little bit of tensile poundage, I guess we can call it. Lost a little tensile strength, 600 foot-pounds through the course of the chain, and this is recommended up to like 450s. We do see it used quite a lot. UTRX 250 guys and 250 moto guys eat up this chain. They're buying a bunch of them. So we do have all of this stuff. This is going to be a fairly expensive chain just because of what we have into it. It's hard to find a lightweight sealed chain. That's going to be the EXR1, and then we have the XTG. So the XTG is, how do I explain it? It's our heavyweight. It's the one that's going to do the brunt of the work. It is going to go through and do a lot of our GNCC stuff, our cross country stuff. Maybe with the lube on here, you can kind of see some of the lips a little better. This is a triple sealed chain. If this thing would focus, it would be amazing. This is a triple sealed chain, and it is a fairly wider chain also. You're looking at the overall width going from 17.4 on the pin width, so through there, right through there. You're looking at 17.4 with this chain, and then you're looking at 20.8 with the XTG. Trying to read all my specs. That's a lot of numbers to try to remember, so bear with me a little bit. So it is quite a bit wider, and that is in millimeters. You know, we do everything in millimeters here. So if you're running a tight clearance in between your counter shaft and your case, this is probably not the chain for you. You might have better luck with like the EXR1 or even the MXR2. And it's right now we're sitting at 7,700 foot-pounds of tensile strength for this chain. This chain was definitely designed for the harshest environments, as opposed to like the MXR2, where we could really go after a lot of non-sealed technology and try to remake the wheel, so to say, in that aspect. So the XTG is made for pretty much the exact opposite. It's going to be made for getting out there in the mud, slamming it on rocks, stuff like that. It is a stout chain. We did just win a GNCC Pro National Championship with this chain, the XTG. So that is a pretty big feather in the cap for any chain company, especially when you're talking sealed chains. They performed phenomenally last year. A lot of guys are changing chains out probably about every 12 to 20 hours, depending on how you're riding, where you're riding. If you're in a sandy, real dirty environment, you might not get as much life out of the chain as what somebody in just kind of milling around in the woods with like a normal topsoil type of deal would deal with. The silica and the sand will eat everything up, as you guys in the sand probably already know. So it is something that you want to be cognizant about. We do get quite a bit of more life out of our chains over here in the eastern Midwest, I guess I would say. A lot of guys are going about 20 hours before they're switching them out up here. So we'll see how it all kind of works out. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us on the website, sunstar-braking.com. We do have the chat function, we have the contact us tab, and we also have customer notes where you can kind of drop us a little note. We try to answer everybody back as quickly as possible and as accurately as possible. Sometimes after hours, you might have to wait until the next business day. Sometimes it's something that I can answer just from my cell phone. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free, reach out to us. We try to make ourselves as available as possible without cutting into like family time or anything like that. So hopefully this answers some questions. The biggest takeaway that you should have from this is the MXR2 stands for motocross race. It is a non-sealed, high tensile strength, perform at the top level on like 450 moto. The EXR1, which is kind of like the little MXR2 stepbrother, it is going to be a slightly lower tensile strength, but a very lightweight sealed chain that is designed with motocross applications in mind. And then the XTG, which is the workhorse. That's your Clydesdale. You know, for those of you that don't know what a Clydesdale is, it's like the Budweiser horses. That's going to be your workhorse. That's the one that's out there playing in the dirt, getting all grubby. Very, very, very popular with our GNCC crowd, with our Best in the Desert guys, our Works guys. It is really the one that you're going to use if you're doing any type of not dedicated moto track type of stuff. But it still performs very well on the moto track as well. We do have quite a lot of guys that go back and forth doing both. So hopefully that kind of helps clear stuff up for you guys, and we'll catch you at the next one. Peace.